Okay, this is part 3 of our lesson on building a portrait. And the first video, I had you get to this point, which is an oval shaped head and some guidelines, top, bottom, exact middle where the eyes go, eyebrow line, and then this is the line that's halfway between the eyebrow line and the chin. And that's where the bottom of our nose goes. And that's important, and we're going to then show you the next steps. After we did this, everybody, then I had you practice eyes, nose, mouth, eyebrows, and maybe even drawing some ears, which I'll get into in this lesson a little bit deeper. The hope is that today you can get to this point where you've added those things. They're the right size and they're in the right place. That's the key. I was working on my AOC portrait, and I'm right here with that. So this is the process. When we start drawing in those facial features that we were practicing, then we want to begin with the nose. So this is a place, this intersection here is where we know we can start. So with the nose, I usually just make kind of a U-shaped. And your left side and your right side are pretty symmetrical. You need to be working from your photograph. Whatever that image is of that person, that's how you want to be able to do a nice job on this, by referring to that photo and trusting what you see. Your nostrils go like that, and they're not circles, they're ovals. And then the sides of the nose, of course, it's wider here. And again, refer to your specific drawing that you're working off of. Our noses all are different in some subtle ways. Then we kind of go up the bridge of the nose, and then it goes up to that eyebrow line, and that's where we go like that. Same thing on the other side. Don't get too close to the center line. That's the middle of your nose. And it comes up and out. Your eyebrows don't go all the way to the side of your head, but they go out there a ways. Again, refer to your drawing. Okay? For the eyes, then, this is an interesting thing to teach you. Your eyes will begin a little bit on either side of the nose. I usually go about there, but again, look at your drawing. And what you find there is that that's about how wide your eyes should be. So this distance is equal to the width of your eye. Okay, so that, let's double check with our little pencil ruler here. Boom, 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 right there. Okay, so now I know that these lines are 3 areas that are about the same. 1, 2, 3. Then, just as you practiced, draw those almond shapes or football shapes and add in the eye. All of these are subject to your artistic interpretation, and that's why it's important that you have a photo picked out that you're working from. Now, I'm just kind of doing a generic face to show you how to get it going. Then we do the iris, which is the colored part of our eye, and then you can do the pupil. And the same thing on the other side. Take a look, make sure that you're making them about the same size. You know, is that the same size as that? This one looks a little bigger. Let's shrink it down just a touch. And we can use our trusty eraser to fix those imperfections. You're not going to draw it perfectly right off the bat. Just plan on making adjustments, and that's so much a part of doing a nice portrait. It's not so much hitting it out of the park on your first try, but putting yourself in a position to make adjustments and change things. Now your eyelids go over like that and like that. Okay, so we got the basics of the eyes, and later you can go in, you can add eyebrows, lift the pencil off the paper, and do that. Again, refer to your photograph. Your eyebrows, you might thicken. Look at your photograph and see what it calls for. you know, and again, you're an artist. Draw what you feel like. Work on the area that you're interested in. Okay, and then you can draw details like that. And spend time on that. Your pupil, leave a little circle of white and then color in most of it so that there's a little reflection there. And then you can kind of go like this for your eye. It's a nice way to give it some dimension. And if you want to use colored pencils or whatever, do that. You know, you might take like a blue colored pencil and give this some color. This would come later though. I'm just showing you as we go, but you know, whenever you're ready for it, you can do that sort of thing. Okay. Now we've done the nose, eyebrows, eyes, and a little bit of the eyelids and stuff. Now let's go down here. We have a little center indent on most of our faces, and our top lip starts somewhere down about here. So I would draw this line and then start with that top lip. And it goes wider than the nose. So some people draw a mouth like this, but that's usually not the case unless we're making a weird face. Our mouth usually is wider than the nose. So make it out here. Okay, and again, refer to your photograph. And that's your top lip. And then we do the bottom lip, which is usually a little bit thicker, a little bit more narrow. Okay, and again, you check your photo, but this is just a generic mouth. Okay, if your photo has an open mouth and you can see teeth, practice doing that too. Okay, then I can kind of go in and clean some things up, and I don't need that there or that there. And we're building it. Okay, so we got the basics now. If you're going to do an ear, they go up high, almost to this eyebrow line, but not quite, usually. And then they come down. In the middle, they go out, and then they get in real skinny. And I like to stop short of the nose line. That's about the right size. I have a lot of students, they draw a nice face and then they make ears like that. I try and avoid that. Start up here. This is not nearly big enough, and they usually don't go out that far. And then go in, and there's a little out part halfway through your ear. And then it gets more skinny down where like your ear piercing would be. If you had a earring, you could add that on there. Right? And then here, there's usually a little backwards question mark kind of thing. And it goes in like that. You're just going to have to give that a go. I don't think I can effectively show you how to do that one on a video. Give it a shot. Try to look at your photo and work out how you want to do your ear. But that's kind of how I do it. And again, refer to your photograph. So that's pretty good. Let's put an earring over here too. Okay. The neck is usually about the same width as here. Sometimes I have students, they do the neck like that. That's not nearly wide enough. Your neck kind of, if you use the outside of your eye and go down from there, that's about what you want. So kind of like that. That's a good neck for this size head. Hair, of course, is different. Everybody's hair is different. And some is long, some is short, some is curly, some is wavy, some is very stringy. Do what you want. But I think a good idea is to like draw the hairline first. Maybe this is like this, where if you pull your hair back, that's where it goes to. And then start making your hair however you want it to be. Now I was doing AOC and her hair is straight and long. So it comes over here and down like that. So everyone's different. You're going to be able to play around with the hair there. And then once you get that point, you can start erasing some of these lines that you don't need anymore. Then you can look at your photograph and start doing some shading and or coloring if you have colored pencils. Whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. I want to give you the time to do a nice job on this. And as you go, erase what you don't need and slowly add some shading. In this particular portrait of AOC, notice I shaded the lips. It's very dark here where I pushed down very hard. And then I got lighter and still lightest right there. And same up in the hair here. Her hair is very dark black. And so there's not going to be a whole lot other than just doing the lines like that. But you can see I started shading in here. Even her earrings, I gave it some light pencil. Some areas I left just white, some reflection in the eye. And you can see some of the light shading and the dark areas too. Give that a go. See how far you can take it. Give it some color or just do it in pencil, black and white. And when you're done and happy with it, post your picture of it to Seesaw. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Take your time and be sure to let me know if you've got questions, if you're struggling with any part of it. Message me on Schoology. I want to help you with this as much as I can, but have fun with it. Drawing portraits is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it.